So what did this leave you with? There's one thing I know this left you with,
Yeah.
which might be of interest to some of you gals out there. Look, this handsome guy over here. You have a real interest and a desire to be a stepdad.
Yeah.
This is
true.
something you're passionate. I saw your board that you created at home. You really have a vision for wanting to be what you call an insta-dad.
Yeah.
So you want to walk into a situation where somebody already perhaps has 1 or 2 kids already, so you can just walk in and be insta-dad, be insta-family. And you feel like this really came from your background,
Yeah.
and you wanting to recreate in the sense of bring more to it.
Yeah.
How would you say that?
Yeah, I want to do a better job than they did.
Uh-huh.
As a stepdad, I know I can be a great one. And so I'm not attached. I would love to fall in love with someone and have our own kids too. That would be fine. But I'm really, I would really be okay with finding a woman that has kids already and being a stepdad to her kids.
So you've got a website there, gals. You've got a website on him, and I think you're looking in the 30s, right? Isn't that what you told me? Kind of in the 30s, 30s. So there you go, gals. You got his web address. This could be better than Craigslist or any of the Match.com. Here he is.
This reminds me of the Barbara Walters interview with Woody Harrelson.
Uh-huh.
Except they agreed not to talk about certain things, and then Barbara asked him questions anyway.
Uh-huh. Well, I'm not asking you anything that you didn't know about. So.
No, that's cool.
Yeah.
I missed one dad. I have a dad now who's a stepdad, and his name's David, and he's my mom's current husband. And he's done a great job. We have a great relationship, and I'm really, really blessed to have him in my life. He's a wonderful man.
And your apartment here in Maui is the first one that your mother fully approves of. You told me that she came to that apartment. It's the first one she said I could live here.
That's right.
It's the first time, so you've got full maternal approval.
That is high praise for my mom because she's very particular.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a neat house out in Haiku in upcountry.
Ah, lovely.
It's a really beautiful place on a couple of acres.
Yeah. And what about the, you were sharing that, like with many of us, what you feel like is blocked, you're 44 now, kind of, and you've not been married. One of the things that you feel has been an impediment is that you felt unlovable.
Yeah.
So how have you worked with that? Because I know that that's something that is common, that people might feel that way, and it is an impediment to a relationship. So how have you worked on that, and what's been powerful for you in that area?
Well, I want to give you a little background too. Unlovable is that belief that I had subconsciously. It's a story that I made up and then got programmed into my subconscious when I was probably 2. It's what little Neil decided because Dad didn't keep in touch. So I decided that I was unlovable at that time. And then, so I'm not unlovable. I mean, I know that now to be true. But little Neil didn't know that. So he made up a story like all little kids do. And now I'm spending the rest, till 60, hopefully not. But potentially, the next 60, getting over the first 6.
Right.
Changing that program, changing that story. And so not only does that subconscious programming come from teachers and parents and other, grandparents and their parents, but it also comes from stories that I made up from things that happened when I was a kid that have no basis in fact. And that's why this is so hard for people. They don't know the programs are there. They don't know the beliefs are there. And that's why I'm so excited about this.
Oh, absolutely.
Anyway, so you asked me how have I gotten through that?
Well, yes, and there's some specific things that were very valuable for you. You took LifeSpring, which is a personal growth seminar, and you're also very involved in the Mankind Project.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm still involved today.
Yeah.
Right here on Maui, we have a group that meets every week, and it's a very, very emotionally honest group where we do our emotional work, and we sometimes go back to childhood with different tools, none of the ones that we talk about here, but there's different tools that we can go back to childhood, and other men facilitate the healing and growth. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Especially for me, growing up mostly without a dad for most of my life.
Yeah.
Except the one person who was in my life, the constant father figure, was my grandfather. He was always there. And I just think of him as a father. He was always a father to me. And I just, man, I respect him, and I just love him a lot.
I can see in your eyes how meaningful that is for you. That's very emotional for you, very powerful that you had such a person in your life.
Yeah, he's a great man.
Yeah. So would you say that there's anything else that you want to add at this point? I know you gave an analogy, as many do, of the onion, you know?
Yeah.
That this is how we all, you know, that all of this work that you're doing, you know, with yourself, with your career, has to do with the unpeeling of the onion.
Yeah, it really is like that. You know, I talked to my mom the other day on the phone, and we were talking about forgiveness work. And I said, well, you know, it's really like peeling layers of the onion away. Because she said, I don't understand how you could do something and clear an emotional story or some emotional baggage and then have it show up again. And that's something that I have had trouble with understanding too. Well, I've forgiven that person, so why am I now angry at them again? And again, and again. Well, it's like that onion, you know? I'm peeling away the layers of the onion, and then once I get that one layer, it's gone. It truly is gone. But then there's a new layer to look at. And it's not right for me to peel all of them right now. I'm not ready for that. But I peel one layer, and then tomorrow or the next week or the next month, okay, now the next layer is ready to go. And so it really is like an onion. And it's not that I'll always be doing work, but it is that it's not always a one-shot deal with personal growth. That's been my experience.
Of course. Yeah. And some people describe it as a spiral as well.
Like
you know, that you go up and then you're at the same point again, and you go up and you're at the same point, and you just keep going.
Yeah.
So, again, here's Neil's book, Be Success, and it's a wonderful book. He's a wonderful teacher, coach, and you know, I really thank you for being on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thanks for being here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and being here, both. Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah.
So that's it for this episode of Life on Maui. I want to gratefully acknowledge our sponsor for this show, Your Legacy Video. With Your Legacy Video, your story can be recorded to pass down to your kids, grandkids, family members. It's done in a very creative way that will bring out your values, what's important to you, your lessons, your life lessons, your stories. Wonderful thing. And that's Your Legacy Video. So with that, I want to thank you so much for joining us today, and look forward to the next show. Till then, aloha.
Call me crazy, but I'm never giving up my dreams. No matter how far away they seem, maybe crazy is the secret to